All right, next question on our side. This is actually an interesting one. Sujan, how do I avoid in a cold email to seem too eager? Right? I mean, this is in general life an interesting question. I'm getting in touch with you. You didn't ask me for that email. You don't know who I am, right? You don't work at a company that's really famous. And so, and not, or I don't work for a company that you know, or brand that you know. You've never heard of me. And now I'm pitching you and I want something from you. How do I do that without seeming junior, without seeming needy, without seeming to unsuccessful? People are really like have an issue with their ego in terms of like how to be confident when they send somebody a cold email. What's your thinking on that?
Yeah, so ultimately, no matter who I'm reaching out to, and most of the time, my cold emails or what I'm sending, what people are sending cold emails for is not in a sexy industry. It's usually not in the startup space, or it's usually not to Apple, because Apple is very hard to sell to, first of all. So try to be helpful and try to add value to their lives. I think if you could do those two things, and you could demonstrate your value, that's really important. And I think when the eagerness comes in mind is when you say like, hey, I wanted to send you this blog post, ebook, video, webinar, like 15 things, right? So it's not like being too eager, it's saying too much. I think in a cold email, we talked about this probably like 10 times already. The answer for a lot of our questions is like, keep it short, right? Keep the call to action, reduce the friction on that, right? So I think the same thing goes is keep your email short and try to get one point across in your email, and that will help you avoid you looking less eager. Now, if you've looked them up and you have some details that would share that you can use to kind of maybe open the email or get their interest, that's called context. That's showing them you have context and you spent some time. So that's very different than research. So, but you really only need to show that one time, right? You don't say, hey, I'm going to email, if I'm emailing you, Stella, hey, I know you're in Germany right now. What time is it there? Oh, how's the food? I heard the schnitzel is really good. Now, if I just say, hey, Stella, how's Germany treating you? That's context. Then I can move on to the next point. So try to hit the context and the value just once.